Good morning, students. In our last class, we have started the lesson The Accidental Tourist, and we have completed some part of the lesson in our last session. So today we are going to complete the remaining part of the lesson. If you see in your textbook, but I am afraid it's so. I always have catastrophes when I travel. Once on an aeroplane, I leaned over to tie a shoelace just at the moment someone in the seat ahead of me threw his seat back into full recline and found myself pinned helpless in the crash position. It was only by clawing the leg of the man sitting next to me that I managed to get myself freed. So, here what happened is he's telling that he is not afraid it's so. Why? Because he used to have always catastrophes, means a sudden event that causes many people to suffer. So he'll be having that type of situations frequently when he will travel. So in our last class, what we have seen, one of the zip of his bag got spoiled, and when he tried to open it hard, all the things in the bag was means all the things in the bag fell down on the floor, isn't it? So here he is telling that it is not a sudden thing for me. It is quite common because this type of things will happen to me when I travel. So once what happened, when he was traveling in an aeroplane, he leaned out to tie a shoelace. So when he was traveling in the aeroplane, what did he do? He bent down to tie the lace of the shoe. So at that time, the front person who was sitting in front of him, he just pushed his seat back to relax like a recliner seat. So what happened? This man who was bending and tying his lace, he got stuck between that seat while he was bending. So almost he was like crash position. So in that thing, what did he do? With the help of his leg, he called his side beside person who was sitting him, and with the help of that person, he managed to get himself freed from that seat. So on another occasion, I knocked a soft drink onto the lap of a sweet little lady sitting beside me. The flight attendant came and cleaned her up and brought me a replacement drink, and instantly I knocked it onto the woman again. To this day, I don't know how I did it. I just remember reaching out for the new drink and watching helplessly as my arm, like some cheap prop in one of those 1950s horror movies with a name like The Undead Limb, violently swept the drink from its perch and onto her lap. So another thing, once he got stuck under the seat of his front person who was sitting in front of him, he got stuck in that seat. In another occasion, what happened? He knocked, means he throwed a soft drink on the lap of a sweet lady who was sitting beside him. So in aeroplane, generally they will be offering some drinks to them to have. So like that, what did he do when he took the soft drink? By mistake, he threw that drink beside the lady who was sitting, means a lady was sitting beside him. So he has thrown that soft drink on the lap of that lady. So what happened? The flight attendant, she came and cleaned her up. As he threw all the soft drink on the lady who was sitting beside him, the lady, this flight attendant, she came and she cleaned the dress of that lady, and she gave a replacement drink to this man. So what did he do? Again he knocked it onto the woman again. So again he threw the soft drink on that lady only. So he is telling, to this day I don't know how I did it. So he not even know how the thing has happened. So the only thing what he remember is he is reaching for the new drink and watching helplessly, because he didn't do it intentionally but it was happening. So he was watching at her helplessly, and he was looking for the new drink. So how the situation was like, watching helplessly as my arm, like some cheap prop in one of those 1950s horror movies with a name like the Undead Limb. So he's giving an example of a 1950s horror movie with a cheap prop, saying giving the name the Undead Limb. So why? Because his hand was not in his control what was happening in that situation. So violently he swept the drink from its perch. Perch means a place or position, and onto her lap. So what did he do? Again, as that fell down, he swept the drink from its perch and onto her lap. The lady looked at me with the stupefied expression you would expect to receive from someone who you have repeatedly drenched, and uttered an oath that started with O, finished with sake, and in between had some words that I have heard uttered in that I have never heard uttered in public before, certainly not by a nun. So, what happened again when he threw that drink on the lady? Even you also, if your friend repeatedly do the thing which you don't like, even you also start scolding. You know how worse the words you will be getting. We all know that. So even this lady also, the lady looked at me with a stupefied expression, means she was seeing him as if he is a stupid, and expect to receive from someone. So we all know, if we also do any such type of thing, how people will look at us. Even the lady was looking at him like that, and she was uttering an oath. Means she started to scold him, starting with O and finishing with the word sake. And in between, how many words she scolded, means that words generally we don't hear in the public area, but she has scolded him that many bad words, using starting with O and finishing with seek. And certainly, means generally these words we can't hear from a nun. So thus, however, was not my worst experience on a flight. My worst experience was when I was writing important thoughts in a notebook. Buy socks, clutch drinks carefully, etc. Stucking thoughtfully on the end of my day, as you do, and fell into conversation with an attractive young lady in the next seat. I amused her for perhaps 20 minutes with a scattering of urban born smarts, then retired to the lavatory where I discovered that the pen had leaked and that my mouth, chin, tongue, teeth, and gums were now a striking scrub resistant navy blue and would remain so for several days. So, what happened here? He was telling that, however, was not my worst experience on a plane. So even that drink falling on the lap, the drink was fallen on the lady who was sitting beside him. He said that even that is also not a worst thing. Then what is that? The worst thing, a worst experience was on a plane. His worst experience was when he was writing important thoughts in a notebook. Like, what are those important thoughts in his book? What he is writing? To buy socks, clutch drink carefully. Why? Because once he has thrown, not once, two times he has thrown the drink on that lady. So he is writing buy socks, clutch drinks carefully, etc. Like that, he is going on writing something in his notebook and sucking thoughtfully on the end of my pen, as you do. Even you also, while thinking to write, for example, generally while writing the exam, you may forget some answer. While thinking what you will be doing, you will be keeping the end of the pen in your mouth and you will be thinking, isn't it? Even this boy, this man also was doing the same. And while doing that, he fell into conversation with an attractive lady who was sitting next seat, means who was sitting beside him. So, and he amused her for 20 minutes with an scattering of urbani, means polished and cultured, bon smart, means clever remarks. So then he retired to the lavatory, means he went to the washroom, and where he discovered that the pen had leaked as he was keeping that pen in his mouth and he was talking to that lady. And later he went to the lavatory, means when he went to the washroom, he realized that the pen had leaked and it spread all over his mouth, the chin, tongue, teeth and gums. So, and were now a striking and scrub resistant navy blue, means how much he rubbed also, that ink color was not leaving. So that color remained for several days. So you will understand, I trust, when I tell you how much I ache to be swore I would love just once in my life to rise from a dinner table without looking as if I have just experienced an extremely localized seismic event. Get in a car and close the door without leaving 14 inches of coat outside. Wear light colored trousers without discovering at the end of the day that I have at various times sat on chewing gum, ice cream, cough syrup and motor oil, but it is not to be. So what he is telling here is, so you will understand, means by listening all his experiences we can understand. So he say that I trust when I tell you how much I ache to be suave, means sophisticated or polite. So he is telling that I trust that when I tell you how much I ache to be sophisticated, so how much he tried to be good and decent, he would love just once in my life. So what happened to raise from a dinner table without looking as if I have just experienced an extremely localized seismic event, means a powerful happening like an earthquake. So get in a car and close the door without leaving 14 inches of coat outside. So wear light colored trousers without discovering at the end of the day that I have at various times sat on chewing gum, ice cream, cough syrup and motor oil. So what he is telling is, whenever he whenever he to rise from a dinner table without looking as if I have just experienced as an extremely localized. So while he was getting up from the dinner table also, a situation like earthquake, things will happen. So even in a car, and also a closed door without leaving 14 inches of coat outside. So when closing the door without leaving that 14 inches of coat outside, but his light colored trousers, how they were, without discovering, means by the end of the day he not even observed what has happened to his trousers. Because he was without seeing various times, without seeing what is there, he used to sit, and he severally means several times he sat on chewing gum, ice cream, cough syrup, and motor oil. All these things without observing, he used to sit, and all the marks used to remain on his trousers, and that he used to observe by end of the day. Means before he didn't observe. Now on planes, when the food is delivered, my wife says, take the lids off the food from daddy, or put your hoods up, children. Dad's about to cut his meat. Of course, this is only when I am flying with my family. When I am on my own, I don't eat, drink, or lean over to tie my shoelaces. I never put a pen anywhere near my mouth. I just sit very, very quietly, sometimes on my hands, to keep them from flying out unexpectedly and causing liquid mischief. It's not much fun, but it does at least cut down on the laundry bills. So, what happened? So, when they are traveling in the plane, when the food is delivered, his wife used to say to take the lids off the food from for daddy. Means as whatever he create, those things means whatever he do, something or the other worst used to happen, and he used to suffer the remaining people who is traveling with him. So for that sake, his wife used to tell to her children to open the lids of the food and give to the father. So this only means this was only done when he was flying with his family, or else when he is flying alone, he don't eat, drink, or lean to tie the lace, or never put a pen anywhere near my mouth. And also means why all these things has happened to him. So he just sit very, very quiet, and sometimes even his hands to keep them from flying out unexpectedly and causing liquid mischief. So all these things, why he will sit quiet without doing all these things is not much for fun, but to at least cut down the what laundry bills. Laundry bills means that washing, for washing when he will be giving, to at least reduce those bills, he'll be quiet. I never did get from my frequent flyer miles. By the way, I never do. I couldn't find the card in time. This has become a real frustration for me. Everyone I know, everyone is forever flying off to Bali first class with their air mails. I never get to collect anything. I must fly 100,000 millions a year. Yet I have accumulated only about 212 air miles divided between 23 airlines. So he's telling, I never did get my frequent flyer miles. So by the way, and he's telling, I never do, and he couldn't find the card in time. So this has become a real frustration for him, and everyone is forever flying off to Bali in the first class with their air mails. So he never get to collect anything from that, and he must fly 100,000 miles a year, and yet I have. So for that he has accumulated only about 212 air miles divided between 23 airlines. So this is because either I forget to ask for the air miles when I check in, or I remember to ask for them about the airline, then manages not to record them, or the check-in clerk informs me that I am not entitled to them. In January, on a flight to Australia, a flight for which I was going to get about 1,000,000 air miles, the clerk shook her head when I presented my card and told me I was not entitled to any. So why? Because either I forget, means he may forget to ask for the air mails when he has checked in, or he remember to ask for them, but the airline then manages not to record them, or the check-in clerk, means while checking in there will be a person, So that clerk informs him that he is not entitled to them. So in January, what happened on a flight to Australia, a flight for which he was going to get about 1,000,000 air miles. So the clerk shook her head when he presented his card, and she told him, I was not entitled to any. Then why? He asked why. The ticket is in the name of B. Brisson and the card is in the name of W. Brisson. Then when he showed the card, that lady said, you doesn't belong to this, means you are not entitled, means your name, this card doesn't belong to you. Then he asked why. Because the lady said the ticket is in the name of B. Brisson and the card in the name of W. Brisson. So there is a difference in the initials. So she explained. So then he explained. I explained to her the close and venerable relationship between Bill and William, but she wouldn't have it. Then he explained her the difference between Bill and the William, but she didn't have it. So I didn't get my miles, and I wouldn't be flying to Bali first class just yet. Perhaps just as well. Really, I could never go that long without eating. So, what happened? So he didn't get his air miles, and he won't be flying to Bali first class just yet. So perhaps he just has well, and really we could never go that long without eating. So the story was written by Bill Bryson. So I think you have understood this lesson, and if you see about the author here, William Mike George Bill Bryson is a best-selling American author of humorous books on travel, as well as books on the English language and on science. Born an American, he was a resident of Britain for most of his adult life before returning to the US in 1995. In 2003, Bryson moved back to Britain. Bryson shot to prominence in the United Kingdom with the publication of Notes from a Small Island, an exploration of Britain, for which he made an accompanying television series. He revised widespread recognition again with the publication of a short history of nearly everything, which popularized scientific questions for a general audience. So this is about the author. Students, I want you to find the hard words from the lesson, and I want you to write, and I want you to send me by end of the day without fail. And if you have any doubts, you can message me, and start writing your notes, and don't forget to send them in time. We'll be completing the remaining part of the lesson in the next session. Thank you. Have a good day.